Alright guys, how's it going? I'm the Crown Clown, and today got a few announcements before we get into the video, but this is what if Deku was the son of Zeus? So, before we get started, of course, if you guys like the content I produce on this channel, if you guys want to stay up to date with all future episodes of this, I would appreciate it if you guys, subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscribe button to get notified every time I upload a video. And of course, if you guys are subscribed and want to interact with me and the community even more here, click that link down in the description. Go straight to our Discord. We have a pretty good time in there. So I'd appreciate if you guys did join the Discord. But, we have a few shout outs to get to. The first one, of course, is congratulations to What If Finisher. Don't know if you're watching this video, but if you are, congrats, man. Because, reached to 1,000 subs, that's a big milestone. So I wish you well in the future, and I hope you do absolutely great. And I wish nothing but the best of luck to you, man. And another shout out to Elizabeth Hernandez for, personally, I wasn't going to do this, but, she left, such good, comments that, made me actually start thinking about what I could do for this part. And of course, I started recording. So shout out to her for getting you guys this part, because originally was not going to do it. So, anyways, let's go on to a recap. So, where we last left off, it was the sports festival. And there were a few students that caught All Might's eye. Asui was one of them, because of how well she participated in her fights. Ida was another one because of how much determination and grit Ida showed. And Todoroki, just because of how much of a powerhouse he was, overall. And there is not going to be any clear person who gets All Might's quirk, right now, because it was a split tie of people who were wanting Todoroki and people who were wanting other characters to get it. So, this is your chance. Comment down below. Who do you want to get it? If it's another split decision, I'll just decide myself. But who do you want to have it? Ida, Asui, or Todoroki? Comment down below. Let me know. So, we're picking up now. The smoke is settled. Deku was declared the winner. But, slight little problem. Most of the stadium that they were in is destroyed. Completely destroyed. And, Todoroki's actually, kind of waking up in the aftermath of it. And he's looking around and he's just like, what in the hell is this? Is this a fucking war zone? And, all of the students there are terrified. Like, they're just thinking that a bomb went off in there, but really, it was just Deku and Bakugo's sheer force of power colliding. And Poseidon saving everyone is the main reason why there were no casualties. Poseidon really spread himself out and really just did his best to protect everyone and anyone in there. So it's thanks to Poseidon that Deku and Bakugo didn't kill anyone. So yeah, that's going to come into play a little bit in a minute here. But anyway, Poseidon, he's pissed. He's up there just trembling with anger at what Deku and Bakugo did. Bakugo's knocked clean the fuck out. And Deku, actually got a few bruises on him from the fire itself and the force at which Bakugo hit him with that explosion. So, yeah, Deku's actually a bit bruised, but he's not really feeling it. Not at all. It's just kind of like a laceration on the skin, more than anything. But Toga can see that Poseidon is pissed, and she's terrified of him. She's just like, oh shit. Glad he's not pissed about me and him, doing things. But, Poseidon's the last person Toga wants to be pissing off. And All Might, he doesn't even understand what just happened. All he knows is Poseidon is strong as fuck. And he feels like Poseidon's stronger than him. Like, he actually finally feels it. And, of course, Todoroki's not even in the know whatsoever. And he's, just like, what happened? Midnight's like, well, you got third place. The blonde-haired kid over there got, second place. And the white-haired kid just won it all. And he's looking at, Deku's just there, arms crossed, floating in the air inside of the ring, and what's left of the ring anyway. And he looks over there at Todoroki, and Todoroki, he's just like flat up on his stomach on the ground, and looking up at Deku, and Deku's like, now that is a sight that was much needed. And Todoroki's pissed off by that, and All Might, he can tell Todoroki's got some issues going on, so he's thinking, well, if those issues could be worked out, he can make a great candidate to be my successor. And of course, Asui, she proved to have great combat skills, some tactical knowledge. She could also be a great choice. However, Ida, on the other hand, is very determined. He doesn't give up a whole lot. He shows grit, willingness to go through any amount of pain to achieve a goal. So he could also be a great option, because it's not always the power that makes a great vessel. Because, hell, I would have chosen somebody completely quirkless if given the option, and they showed immense gut and determination and willingness to sacrifice themselves for others. That really is what gets me with Ida. Perhaps. Well, perhaps I should judge all three based off of what they can show in the future and not right now. However, I will be taking great interest in them. And he kind of just leaves the arena to go talk to Nezu about those three and go over their files. And, Poseidon tells Bakugo and Deku after they get their medals, they're going home now. And, Poseidon says, Toga, would you mind, when we get to the house, you mind just staying in Izuku's room for a while? I need to talk to him and Bakugo about their antics today. And Toga's like, oh, that's fine. Absolutely fine. I'll stay in the room. No problem. So Deku's scared, and Bakugo sees that Deku's scared, and Bakugo's stomach just drops. Like, he just feels the most uneasy feeling, and it makes him want to puke. Like, he's terrified and so nervous all at the same time. It's not even funny. And so they get home, and Poseidon, he's just right off the bat, as soon as Toga gets into the room, he just slaps the fuck out of Deku. Just like, what in the fuck were you thinking? And then he turns to Bakugo, slaps the fuck out of him, and it's just, but, he slapped Deku with his robot arm, and Bakugo got the, normal arm. So Deku definitely got the worst slap out of the two. And he says the same thing to Bakugo. The fuck were you thinking? And Deku's a bit confused, and Bakugo is too. He's like, the arena. You fucking turned it in to ground zero. And Deku's just like, hey, we didn't mean for that to happen. He's like, you guys overused your power after I strictly told you not to. To not show off anything flashy, to not cause any extensive damage, none of that. And you fucking did it anyway. What in the fuck is wrong with you two? You have the power of gods. With that comes immense responsibility, meaning you can't just go and level an entire city because you feel like it. You can't go and show off just to make yourself look like, oh, I'm so overpowered that I could just break the world. You have responsibilities. If it's not for this world, you wouldn't have your powers. Know your place, know some responsibility, and show restraint. I'm forbidding you from ever using Atlas's strength again until you have my blessing. And Deku's just like, okay, look, I fucked up, I know that, but you cannot tell me that I cannot use a power I have. And he gets up in Deku's face and he says, you really want to test me, boy? And Deku's like, fine, I won't use it. And that surprises the fuck out of Bakugo. And, Bakugo's just like, so, am I banned from using Helios's powers? Or, Poseidon says, no, if you did that, you would be dead. So, the restriction for you is a bit different. You're going to be training here with me. No other mentorship program, no training camp. You're with me until you master Helios's powers 100%. And, Bakugo's just like, why with you? He's like, I have water. I'm god of the fucking sea, or have you forgotten my name? And Mark's like, oh, no. I was just thinking, like, why only me? Why not Deku as well? And Poseidon thinks about this for a second. He's like, right? Same thing with you. You're not going out on another training camp. No, none of that. You're with me until you master Atlas's strength. 100%. And Deku's just like, you really had to fuck me over, didn't you? And, Mako's like, hey, if I'm suffering, you're suffering. We suffer together. And, Bakugo, he's just like, at least I won't be dead within a week. And Deku, he's thinking, I'm gonna be dead within the week. And, Poseidon says, look, there's a reason for how harsh I'm being on you right now, and you just don't fucking get it. You think I'm just being a dick just to be a dick. No. The reason why I'm so hard on you two right now is because you have Nyx, who can resurrect the fucking dead gods of past. What happens if she resurrects Zeus? You may have Zeus's power, but that is your own. It is not Zeus's power that you have. You just have your own. So Zeus can still be resurrected and into his prime, might I add, which means I'm fucked, you're fucked, Bakugo is dead, Toga annihilated, 'cause guess what? She can fucking control his mind. And with Hera there, oh, sweet mother, Nyx is gonna know every fucking weakness of Zeus exactly as soon as they resurrect him. I'm not sure they will, but hey, if they want to get petty and have, your father kill his last living son, hey, who am I to say that they won't think of that fucking twisted bullshit? And Deku's actually terrified by that. He's like, wait a minute, you have the power of 3 gods. How are you going to be fucked against him? He's like, you don't get it. Zeus was stronger than all of the gods. It's a reason he was the king of the gods. He was the strongest. He's like, but technically, you have 3 in you. He's like, you don't get it. Athena's wisdom is not adding to my strength physically. Ares' power is, sure, it's handy. I can summon a weapon out of fucking nowhere. I get more stronger the more wars, rage on. Here's the issue, though. There's no fucking wars going. And Deku's just like, oh, so you're just on. And he's like, yeah, I'm mainly just using my own strength, which I had to use a considerably a lot of. And, you know, Deku actually can feel that. And he's like, oh, but hey, you want to know another quick little handy tidbit of information? My arm is metal. And what happens when lightning strikes metal? Deku's like, I got it. You're gonna get fucked pretty bad. He's like, oh, that's not the most of it. You're putting that lightly. And Bakugo's just keeping quiet. And, you know, Chaos decides to pay a little visit. And he's just like, what in the fuck is going on here? And Poseidon explains the situation, and even Chaos is taken aback at how stupid they were flaunting their strength where Nyx could fucking see them. And Chaos is like, look, I'm helping you guys because I'm, not going to go down there and just kill my daughter, but hey. Anyways, look, about that other woman. Is she going to become a god? Yes or no? Like, I need to know. Am I creating the first goddess in a long time now? Or, am I just going to keep going with those two, Poseidon? I need to know. And, Poseidon says, yeah, Toga has shown to be having a more level head. If we can keep my nephew here from being a hoe, then Toga should be fine and be able to help us greatly here. So Chaos says, okay, what goddess should we make her? Whose power should we give her? Like, let me know right now. And, well, they're like, about that. There's a few other little tidbits of information to go over before we determine that, but I would say either Aphrodite or Hestia, one of those two. Or hell, even Artemis. Actually, hold on a minute. Aphrodite and Artemis. Those two would fit her personality. However, Hestia would fit her powers. And Toga comes out and says, wait, are you guys trying to decide what goddess is power to give me? And, they're like, yeah. And she's like, can't I just have the power of a god? I mean, Poseidon has a woman's power, so why can't I have a man's power? And Poseidon's like, we're trying to figure out what would best match your personality and your... She's like, no. Give me something that's going to make me useful. I don't just want, basically what my quirk is, I ingest someone's blood, I can transform into that person. That's pretty much the extent of it right now. It could grow over time, but hey, right now that's pretty much it. And, Poseidon, he's thinking, he's like, so basically just shape-shifting. She's like, pretty much just a lot less cool. And Poseidon's given this lots and lots of thinking. He's like, And, he thinks and he's like, okay, I've got one. Give her the power of Gaia. And, Chaos is like, Gaia, you want me to give her the power of Gaia? And he's like, she said make her useful. He has the power of a Titan. He has the power of a Titan. Might as well give her the power of a Titan. I thought we would be rebuilding the Olympian gods, but all we've done so far is just make new Titans into existence. And Deku's like, well, hey, I'm part god, and now he's like, yeah, but you also have the power of a Titan now. Oh, your father would be, well, livid to say the least, but hey, it's what's helping us here and now. So, I guess the Titans would be more terrifying to fight. So, yeah, Toga becomes, Gaia's new power, so Yeah, Toga, goddess of the earth now. There you go. And so now Toga's just like, I'm not even about to attempt to use it here. And Poseidon says, thank you. At least you have some common sense. And you're not going to be, losing your ever loving mind. And Toga's like, I could hear you yelling at them. And I'm pretty sure from the blood on his mouth, you slapped him pretty fucking hard. And, she looks at Bakugo, and Bakugo's literally just got a black eye and a swollen mouth right now from how hard Poseidon slapped him. So, yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm not as tough as him. I'd end up like that. So, no, 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 thank you. So, Poseidon's just like I said, a reasonable one. And of course, that happens. And time to flip over to where the villains are at and all this. So Shigaraki is basically going over the footage and he's like, can you see anyone who could have been of use to us? Anyone we could have corrupted? And Kirigiri's like, that kid that was on the floor right there, before the broadcast ended, the one with the white and red hair. Don't know his name, but that one looked like he was pretty bitter about losing the way he did, and it seems like the other two had no regard for him or his emotional feelings whatsoever. He could be a great option. And alright, we'll try and make contact with him pretty soon. But first, what's up next? And, they turn on the news and Kirigiri says, this is what's next. And the hero killer stain is on the broadcast of, so, Shigaraki's thinking, you think we could use him? And Kirigiri's like, well, yes. However, who knows if his personality will line up with yours? And who knows if he'll be willing to make a deal? And Shigaraki's like, well, if he doesn't make a deal, I'll just kill him. Plain and simple. So, Kirigiri decides to warp gate Shigaraki to where Stain's at because, they have pretty good info. And they do have a spy network going in this. And they've managed to locate Stain, so they transport right to where Stain's at, right behind him. And Stain pulls out his sword and points it at Shigaraki. And Shigaraki just grabs the sword and it crumbles. So Stain's seen Shigaraki's quirk now and he's just like, alright. Got the gist of his. In his head, he's not saying shit out loud. And Shigaraki's like, hero killer. Got a proposition for you. Something that would allow you to kill as many heroes as you wanted. All you gotta do is team up with us. Do that and, well, I can guarantee you backup in your hero killings and help for one simple little thing. Just nothing too inconsequential. Help me kill All Might. That's all I'm asking. That should be, right up your MO. And Stain says, I won't kill All Might. Shigaraki's like, but you're the hero killer. He's a hero. That's kind of your name, isn't it? Shigaraki is just like getting more and more frustrated. And Stain's like, true, I am called the hero killer, but I kill fake heroes. All Might's the only true hero. So, I'm not gonna kill him. He's the only one that can kill me. And Shigaraki's like, are you just an All Might fanboy that has a raging death boner for him? And Stain's like, I don't appreciate what you're insinuating here. And, Shigaraki's like, you're a waste of my time. Kirigiri, let's just go. And they leave. Stain was literally just caught aback by that. And before, they do leave, Stain does try to kill Shigaraki. Yeah, I thought that wouldn't happen. No, it does. He tries to kill Shigaraki, but Kirigiri opens a warp gate and just sends Stain up to the top of the roof, So they teleport away, and, Shigaraki's just like, I could have killed him right there, right? And, Kirigiri's like, yeah, but, he's still gonna make trouble for our enemies, so might as well just let him keep doing his thing for now. And besides, we could use him in other ways. And Shigaraki's like, what other ways? And Nick says, oh, don't worry. You can use me for your revenge or your killings, as long as you'll help me with mine. Of course, that is. And Shigaraki looks over and he sees Nyx and he's like, how the hell did she get in here? And Nick says, oh, I just came up from hell. No big deal. Now, you there, the one whose shape is all twisted and such, pour me a drink if you can. Tequila, please. And, Kirigiri's like, I think you have the wrong meaning, and Nyx literally just grasps Kirigiri's soul, and he can feel like his soul's being almost tugged out of him, and she's like, do what I say, or I'll rip your fucking soul out. So Kirigiri fixes her a drink. She's like, that's a good dog. And lets go of his soul. And Shigaraki's just like, alright. So apparently you can rip souls out. Why do you need our help? He's like, oh, because of the people that are, there to kind of get in the way of it. I just wish to kill those certain people and not everyone else. But the everyone else is the people you want to kill, yet you don't have the forces to do so. Am I correct? And Shigaraki's like, look, I don't even know who you're trying to kill, so you're insinuating they're around my target, which means they have to be a hero or someone. And she's like, yes, right on the head, in fact. However, UA would, typically send out the heroes to get in my way, and like I said, don't want to kill them, just the few that are there posing as false gods, or basically, I want to kill Izuku Midoriya, the one that completely destroyed your forces, and, I stepped in to help you before then, so, hey, and sure, I was like, yeah, I didn't ask you to do that, but it was nice of you to do so. I guess this is since our first time officially meeting, I guess. Nick says, oh, appropriately. And, he's like, okay, how are you going to help me? And she's like, by giving you an army of an undead. And sure, I was like, what? She's like, oh, as I can rip souls out, I can also bring them back from death. So what do you say? Care to make a deal? And Shigaraki's like, what do I gotta do? And she tells him, kill All Might and anyone else that suits your fancy at UA, but leave Izuku Midoriya and Bakugo Katsuki to me. And he's just like, very well. And he's like, now where are these forces? And she's like, oh, in due time. We won't be doing this right away. Let me prepare them for you first. Any requests? Anyone from your past you wish to bring back? Oh, keep in mind, I can twist them to do some bending to my will. He's like, there is one person that comes to mind. And she's like, oh, and who's that? But that's where I'm leaving it off for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, I'd appreciate if you guys leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click that notification bell to get notified every time I upload a video. And once again, I'll catch you guys later.